appointed vice president under the new military-backed regime, has been summoned to court. A law professor has accused him of breaching the trust of the nation because he resigned in protest against the killing of civilians. Full military honours for 25 policemen killed by suspected Islamist militants yesterday in China. The government announced 3 days of official mourning for them, and march for some 900 Muslim communist supporters killed by the security forces. This morning they were clearing the streets of Cairo and getting back to normal, to how things were in 2011, before they had a revolution.
Well, joining me now from Washington is former Egypt policy official at the US State Department, Amy Hawthorne. Almost 900 people have died in Egypt in slightly less than a week. If President Obama is using some of that infamous American leverage, it's not working, is it?
Well, it's not working. There's no evidence that the apparent U.S. policy of continuing our aid business-as-usual approach while diplomatically encouraging the Egyptian authorities not to crack down is producing any positive results.
And what should he be doing now? What should the Americans be doing now?
Well, in my view, first of all, on July 3rd, actually all of our aid to the Egyptian government on July 3rd after a military coup ousted former President Morsi. No matter how popular the Egyptian military's action was with the Egyptian public, and it seems like it was very, very popular, there's also a very clear U.S. law on the books that requires us to suspend aid in the event of such a military ouster.
But isn't the problem that, well, the Americans are slightly boxed in on aid because it's all part of the Camp David agreement? You can't really withdraw aid because it would create all sorts of other problems in that area.
Well, there's no doubt that if the United States suspended military aid, the Egyptian government would be unhappy and would probably take some steps to signal its strong displeasure with the United States. But it's important to note that Egypt-Israeli peace is pursued by both of those countries because they believe it's in their own national interest. I don't believe that if the United States suspended its military aid because it's Egypt-Israel would suddenly go to war. It is in its own interest for the countries to leverage in the sense that by our action we will convince the Egyptian military and other leaders to do something that they don't believe is in Egypt's own national interest. What's more important for the United States at this moment is to take a stance that clarifies our position toward an increasingly repressive Egyptian regime. In other words, for U.S. credibility, for our influence in the Middle East, for our future position in Egypt, where does the United States stand? Do we accept, tacitly condone the Egyptian military's actions, or do we wish for a different path? No, we won't. U.S. action won't force the Egyptian government to do something it doesn't want.
Our own British Foreign Secretary has given a very brief assessment of the future for Egypt. I mean, is your assessment bleak that the threat of civil war, is that very real now?
Well, I'm not sure that civil war as such is something that could happen in Egypt, although certainly many other countries that have experienced civil war never thought that their country would be descend into such a situation. I think what's more likely in Egypt than a civil war is sort of a low-grade insurgency, ongoing political violence that by perhaps the supporters of former President Morsi or others who oppose the current government. That's more likely. It's very dangerous.
Amy Hawthorne, thank you very much for joining us. Well, now, all this week, Channel 4 News is touring Britain to test the strength of the economic recovery. We'll be travelling from the southern tip of England to the north and up into Scotland as Channel 4 News pops up in your area. Today, it's Catherine McQueen and Swindon in Wiltshire.
Thanks, Jackie. Well, the Macarthur Hill Designer Outlet in Swindon is where the mighty locomotives of the Great Western Railway used to get a makeover. Now you're more likely to get a designer makeover. So like many around the country, Swindon's High Street has suffered from the rise of out-of-town shopping centres, the internet, and of course the recession. But things could be about to change. Britain's economy is picking up, however slowly, and new data this week suggests that the percentage of empty shops on the High Street has fallen. The number of shoppers has risen. Here in Swindon, there are several local regeneration projects underway also. But will it all be enough to revive what was once a booming town centre? Our business correspondent, Vaughan Kennedy, has this report.
From the glory days of its past, Swindon Town Centre has fallen on hard times. Now this once proud high street is in dire need of investment. At the turn of the 20th century, this was a bustling butcher store, the heart of the local community. For the past 22 years, it's been a dog shop. But now the owner says he has no choice but to close down. Businesses here say people pass by, but they don't spend like they used to. The question is, as Britain's economy gradually pulls itself out of the doldrums, will run-down high streets like this one be able to reinvent themselves too? It's certainly what locals here are hoping for.
It needs, if I could say the word, touching up. I think so. It's gone dead. What do you think went wrong?
It's been going wrong for years. It's like local councils not doing what it should do.
A walk along the high street and you see boarded up windows where well-known brands once stood.
We've seen some of the staples of Woolworths, Jessop's, HMV disappear, and instead they've been replaced by vacant shop units, by payday lenders, and by betting shops. And so a once vibrant town centre is now really struggling.
The further down the high street you go, the grimmer it gets. Pubs and clubs replace what shops there were here. The owner of the local fish and chip shop told me he used to stay open till midnight.
Then it went down to 11, then 9, now 7. I could probably shut my doors at 5 and not open Sundays. That's how bad it's really got.
He said he'd asked the council for some simple, quick fixes, like closer parking, but they're not listening. Hard to believe his place is just a stone's throw from the original site of the Great Western Railway Company. Swindon has a proud history,